Artorias. I've got a co-cast here, Creeth, with me to witness this Blight, Cannibal, and Ghostface set. But we're starting to here on the Gas Heaven, and I'm kind of curious to see how this one will kind of play out here. We do see the Sloppy Butcher. What do you make about that?
Very interesting pick, very clearly just, Gothel spending their money on other killers for this set and then just having to put something on Blight for the sake of it. Very unfortunate not seeing the Bloodhound this time. Addicts with the Bloodhound very, iconic, I guess, for Sony. So,
Do they know? Do they usually run Bloodhound?
last time they did a set, they got value from it multiple times and the classes were absolutely losing their minds. So we'll have to see if we can get some sleep.
Yeah, they're going to be trying to play an M1 Blight here to get that Sloppy Butcher value. We always know how, well and true and obviously how strong the Blight is as an M1 killer here, as we're going to be seeing the Jake taking the chase towards the top side. Unfortunately, very bad there, no talent to be utilized. Going to be trying to get a cheeky double back, but Act is going to quickly realize that is occurring. Going to be going down the crane, and we do see a lot of gens being pumped at the moment. It's basically 3 solos here, all of them creeping through around halfway, but we do have that pop goes the weasel eruption utilize here. They're going to be trying to cross the map. I think this might be the most progressed, but I think this is probably the most progressed gen of all 3, so we're going to be seeing 2 highly progressed gens possibly popping a really nice stealth, good comms coming out here as well, and we're going to be seeing Addict actually realizing this other gen here worked, and this is a lot of gen progress and really good stealth here, not giving away 3 tags. That is very, very important when it comes to a Blight set.
Yeah, absolutely. Hang on. No, man. Very, very unfortunate. Generating these gens almost guaranteed to pop in the situation, especially no corruption, no pop ready. So, yeah, Addict. We'll probably be seeing the first gen pop very soon. All 3 survivors back on their gens that are all coming in for the same. Possibly just.
Yeah, and this is going to basically just be reinforcing off the someone to get off that generator has to kind of rotate for the hook now. This chase has been committed on that tag. Happening a bit sooner than they would have liked to have seen, but the second stage coming through right now though, actually. And I mean, I was about to say, this is actually bad. If they pull here, it is an early death hook pull, and they're gonna need a really fast heal here. But even then, like, if this tag is quick, getting that pull just immediately when the second stage occurs, it makes your tunnel so much quicker. And if Addict finds them, which I think they will, they see the scratch mark. This is absolutely catastrophic here. Such a good start here for the Survivor, but a bit of a blunder playing around the unhook here. And not having the time to get that the unhook in time for the second stage. Addict having a lot of good pressure. Basically kind of bouncing around the pressure, utilizing it as best as possible and get this unhook happening relatively quick. And now we're going to be seeing the Jake not quite going to be able to get tagged there. I think hugging the corner there was just really, really nicely played. The double gen pops. And if Jake has a juice to chase here, it can be pretty bad actually. Back to the Survivor side, as we will be seeing the tag. The strong main building window going to be utilized. Actually have the pallet at the front of main here to actually utilize in this chase, which we didn't see in the last Survivors. I don't think they actually had this one up, which is quite unfortunate, but on the other three, but we're going to be seeing Nagi just kind of over-vaulting, not even really playing for check spots. The down coming through. That is a death hook. But most importantly, you see in the background there, the resets coming out for the 3v1. Oh, the Beamer!
Yes, very nice death at the 2 gens. Very good. Gen pressure is the best for the Survivors. I do believe there's a gen pressure across the map. I could be wrong. There's a lot of shacking. All the last 2 gens being worked on. Sorry, gens only now starting to be worked on. I believe Addict has found Doom. No, Doomy doing a very good job of stealthing here. Yes, Curse, as I said it, gets it.
Yes.
That's very playable tile here.
Ack is just going walkabouts apparently. And everyone also be nice to Bree. They are literally not even a like you're doing a good job. It's just like you just to like people to realize like, they're literally jumping in last second, being called in. And they're streaming and casting at the same time, and reffing. I think it is. So I mean, they're just the multi-talented staff member here. So we definitely have the plus rep keeping this stuff going. So everyone say thank you to Creep in the chat, you know.
Really
But Attic is, yeah. I mean, he basically should be getting paid full time at this point. But Attic, in and around the top side of the map here, playing Sooner, it's about half, so just rest. Got the Eruption, going to be getting procced onto that. But this has actually been really good play here from the Survival. So they've been having like really good success with free leaves, but we do see Attic actually being smart there, just abusing the fact that they are going to bait out the Survivor out of stealthing, and a really nice tag too.
Oh, that wasn't to me, sorry. Yeah, we do have a nice block for that. Chase slot in the right here. Very nice. It's very correct. Very well played as well. That's it.
He actually pulled that as well. Like, unfortunately, they actually used with that swing to Attic, probably breaking the pallet on the wrong side, but not going to extend the chase too much anyway, as we're going to be seeing a survival with the Eruption aura. They're stealthing like they're not being seen here off the Eruption proc, but they definitely do. But there is a pallet there, which is why they were sitting there. But really nicely played there. Nice stun from Goblin, but we do see a highly progressed Generator about to get popped in a second. I'm actually casting right now. I can go to the video, but anyway, as Goblin going to be getting tagged right there. Doomy going to be getting off that Generator as it was completed. Goblin going to be trying to break away. If Goblin goes down and the pickup, which actually occurs, this could be a potential 4K1.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see Doomy going over to pick her up now. Reset the pickup. Trying to sneak out back a minute. Perfect. That is the wrong button. That's my mute button, not the Survivor switch protector. We do have a very safe pallet here. Attic choosing not to chase, so they're trying to find where the self-off tube does manage to find. Absolutely manages to it's a nasty swing to the pallet. Very well played. Opting just to pick up now. We should be seeing Doomy rotating around for the pick, which we do see. Opting to go location.
And honestly, like, I was gonna say this, like, I feel like this whole game has just hinged on the Sloppy Butcher. You know, like, an absolutely amazing perk option here, having a lot of intense value on the Blight, swinging out of their powers, and now you'll be seeing Goblin running around this main building, trying to utilize that pallet on the side there. It actually had to be a bit of a decent pallet RNG, I would say, this map. A lot of, you know, filler pallets actually available to them in between the maps when they're rotating around the place. So definitely decent RNG, especially against the Blight. You want a lot of filler pallets are really nice. Really swinging through that one, expecting nice run through there. Dropping the pallet on the right side, they're playing really well here, but also Attic is also catching him off guard a bit, so it's a bit of an even push and pull at the moment, but they're going to be going towards this Generator, which kind of opens up the window for Doomy to get this pull onto the Survivor here. But nice tag there onto Goblin, the Sloppy Butcher, dude. Take it away.
That was sloppy, eh?
No, it's not. I'm just joking, but yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I'm very intelligent. One bump rush from Attic. They're getting Goblin down on the ground. Trying to go back to the hook before the reset comes through on Bralord. Will we be able to find it? It's looking like a no. You'll see a Crotus there. But able to follow the quick tag back onto Doom. You still have Bralord rotating for the pull. The pick on Goblin. Pressure being pushed out through Attic. Not a lot of general pressure being done. This is definitely looking so far to be a 4K1, but anything can happen.
Yeah, a bit of a caster's curse. I kind of was like, for the game, I was like really kind of praising the free leaves, the good comms, and just, you know, not giving away tags, and all of a sudden we just see every survivor getting caught out on rotation, which is just very unfortunate. I mean, before then they were doing really, really well with that, but getting out of the 3v1, the pressure kind of getting to the and a lot of these tags are coming out, as you said. I think it's looking more and more like a 4K1, because unless they can somehow get a situation where they get this unhook and maybe get a few resets, maybe at least 2 resets, I don't really see it being really a possible comeback. These generators are very regress. Pretty sure Shack, that generator in the middle of the map, and then this generator here over at 10 is also fairly regressed now, as we're going to be seeing Ace rotating onto that generator at the Killer Shack. Only just started those, so quite a lot. Attic going to be playing around the main building, sees some blood, doesn't have the bloodhound to, but you can see that anyway regardless. And now Doomby going to be going down, and Addict's also kind of maybe hurted the survivor on the backside of main though. It's just going to be slugging here, playing like extra careful. I don't know about this. I think the pick there might have been the better play, but just kind of super safe, I suppose. As we're going to be seeing the Z-Wall gaming come in here.
Yes, and because unfortunately the lead into a player onto the gen, giving a little bit more distance. This is a goblin looking over. Nasty pallet break there. Hate to see it happen to the rest of us.
You know, they read that too, which is really unfortunate as well, but unfortunately got back in the dash there quite enough. I'm not too sure if you can still do the crouch tech there on that right tile near that window. I'm pretty sure you can do it against the Blight. I'm pretty sure it was a Blight and it might work against, but yeah. So still doesn't work okay, but not quite going to be able to make it, unfortunately, as Doomby. Doomby getting tagged. They did get that reset, but instantaneously, as the reset occurred, we do see the tag coming through, and Goblin going to be getting slugged there. The bleed out time is getting a bit lower though, so we did see this in the last best of 3. We definitely don't want to see a fresh hook bleed out, as it can be pretty impactful, especially, you know, in amongst this 4K1 area, which is a somewhat common, I'm guessing, results you will usually see. Imagine potentially this balancing, I'm not too sure, but Attic gonna be trying to get a tag out of the Brawlord, giving ample time for Doomby to get the pickup, and we do see that coming through right as I said it. So the pickup coming through, every so back up. They're not going to get any time here to try and get this reset. Attic gonna be trying to see if they can bait him into a precarious spot around the killer shack, but no, he's standing strong with their Goblin, hugging the check spot there on the corner, just being sure that they're going to go the right way, and that's all their dashes utilized as well. So he has a bit of an M1 chase here, can waste a bit of time, maybe run into the corner of the map here. But no, he's actually just going to double back, just literally just keep Perma running around the ring, it seems. And no, actually going to be in the lockup. Unfortunately, no head on, but we'll force this grab. We do see one of the survivors pre-selfing. It's going to be Doomby. Going to have to be careful because they are that injured survivor.
Brawlord does see the skill check on the bait out to way out because he can relatively freely, probably being able to see a reset. I'll say an Addicts has come aware. No? I'm very confused right now. Oh, going still on Brawlord. Very unique path.
No, they kind of lost Brawlord because I think Brawlord just kind of like literally broke away to 1/3. I'm pretty sure like they kind of just called W. And Addict, I don't know about that. I feel like, oh, okay, never mind. Goblin's just like, yo, what's up, man? The DH coming through, the confidence on Goblin. I don't know if they have DS. They may do, considering they wanted to take aggro potentially. I'm not too sure. No, it's just the dead hard. But no, it was very interesting. Like Addict, I really think the trade there was fine, and going back to the hook, you deny the potential reset, but they decided not to go for it anyway. We saw Goblin coming in actually for the aggro, but they do have that flash hook on them though, so not going to be risking that. The only remaining hook they kind of need to remove that, you know, the bleed being into play is the last remaining hook on the Doom.
Yeah, we do see Goblin get picked up though. Behind, man, I imagine it would be Brawlord. Absolutely, we should be seeing a reset happening between Goblin and Brawlord, which is exactly all the Swerve team needs in order to try and get a fighting chance at popping that last generator. Just slowing the game, getting those resets in. Make a play. Do be hiding in basement. Very good job by him. After the reset, really unfortunate to see how. Do you believe they still have this pallet up? Yes. So, very good spot for.
Oh, the slow vault on the pallet there actually coming up trumps there. Really well played. Really nice slow vault there, actually baiting at the power too. So really well played there from Goblin, kind of clutching up. That was a very important chase. Gonna bait this swing, but I think it was an accidental medium vault, but it's gonna bait the swing regardless. Utilizing the power, actually gonna be very patient there on the swing, which is very important as it will allow the down to occur here. Goblin is, they're gonna pick no. We're seeing some super safe play from Mag. Just doesn't want to give them any window of opportunity. To try and get this last generator completely. So gonna be just playing super safe. Nice vault there, pre-vault there off from Doomby, looking to swing around there on the shack. Running back into him saying g'day, but we do see Attic continuing this chase. The pickup going to be happening any second. They get this chase relatively quick, which they will onto the Z wall. Don't know how you go down that window. They do get a free hook here. That's the last remaining fresh hook as well.
Yeah, Attic is now in a very good position to try and slug everyone out. No penalties being applied for blue but I'm sure that's been kept. No, we see a reset, but not onto Goblin.
Mangled!
What? To the value, holy crap, Slubby Butcher, Estipper. We get it. I think. Anyway, we do try to find out match fight at a random on the map. Roland does manage to get the other one. Should be seeing this actually very soon. Goblin, yeah, just playing this very well.
Yeah, Goblin's had some really good chases this game. Being really patient too on the vaults, not getting baited and just forcing the grabs too, just forcing the grabs to occur. But even if they want to slug and they just want to insta drop, it does waste those few extra seconds every time they get down. But with an immediate hook as well, so we have 3 remaining survivors, 2 on that death hook currently. So Attic gonna be trying to see if they can zip around from left to right, just trying to bait a survivor out of position. It is the injured survivor of Doomby, which would have been a massive down, but the flick quite not going to be there. Now Doomby can make a bit of distance here to potentially break away towards the middle of the map. I'm pretty sure a lot of these pallets actually have been utilized. A lot of resources have been thrown this game, so the down will occur. There's not really much they can do about that, unfortunately. No real pallets left to utilize, and this might be falling apart right now. Attic with the save coming through. If they get a relatively fast down or a potential tag here onto Bralord, they can basically get a match away at this point, and the tag will come through. Really nice dashes there. Attic going to be continuing the chase onto Bralord. Goblin most likely rotating for the pickup onto Doomby, as we're going to be trying to see if they can be patient at this window, and they are patient. He has that balance game as well, which is really nice there for them to play around. Oh no! Unfortunate for Attic, but I think that will be not great here, as well as Bralord gets a lot of distance from that.
Yeah, that win just barely simply the thing is over, and it's not over yet. We still look to and you still have a little bit more time trying to get a reset to come through as we enter into the 2v1. You're going to be entering that 2v1
They're slamming the gen.
They are just dumping the gen. We do see it hopefully Doomby will be able to have a well-lasting chase in order to buy enough time for Goblin to get back into this. You see Doomby holding W towards main building, trying to get as much as possible to allow Goblin to get through, but Addict's sees what is happening here. Manages to find Goblin left out, sees the pools of blood, Goblin Goblin heal. Okay, we need a very straight down. It's all but set. Yeah, Doomby is just kind of protected and very respectful 4K1.
Yeah, really well played there. Really safe play from that completely. We actually don't know about that from the Survivor side, but we're going to be seeing the Survivors spawning in here. We're going to be seeing the Blight spawning in on the map there on the bot side. A very, I'd imagine, somewhat standard build, as we do actually see stars. I was just casting thing about like 20-30 minutes ago, so it's cool to see them actually in-game playing, as we will be seeing the first tag come out from Bralord. A very standard build, you'd say, especially the standard Sloppy Butcher.
Absolutely. Pretty much base kit, in my opinion, should be ran on every build.
Yeah, no, really quick down there actually as well from Attic, as they're going to be able to get a really fast hook here. I mean, Corrupt Intervention basically didn't even exist this game, as we're going to be seeing 2 survivors on the generators here. 2 solo split. We have Cash not currently on a gen, so you'd imagine probably trying to pre-stealth for the save here potentially. You should kind of see them over there with that deli as well, ready to go, as the deliverance here. So they actually have invested a bit of, let's say, dollary dues when it comes to their perk choices in this Survivor set, so maybe definitely hoping that they kind of win the Survivor a lot harder though with the weighted costumes that we have currently. But we're going to be seeing Lord kind of leaving around, kind of just having a bit of a roam here, trying to suss out the map state here, what generators are being progressed, kind of what's being focused here. A few dead generators there, but the hook timer sells a bit left. It's not going to be interrupted. That could have been pretty bad there if Cash wasn't able to get the hook unhooked in time, but Cash might be able to make it. No, will not.
Yeah, very unfortunate position for Bralord as well in this here, but as the unhooked survivor does, sorry, the unhooking survivor that got the unhooked does have wasted time. Being the obsession, I believe, should have, yeah, it does have decisive strike. But we do manage to find Stasi out. Hopefully, it should be very words.
I will say Stasi's actually playing this pretty well. They were very patient from that point. As you saw, Bralord actually tried to bait it, and then they did the quick 180, but no, did not pre-drop that pallet, even though they were very fast. I think it was on their third rush token, so really well played there from Stasi. And it's very, very important to avoid these tags on the killer side here, like considering it is the Blight on these sides, especially if that sloppy busher in the background. You never know when that might hit you in the end, but Bralord going to try to see if they can find a potential stealth survivor after the unhook, but no one seems to be homing on the corner of the map, and this is not a good spot for the killer to be in here, because you'd assume, yeah, the reset's about to come through on the Cash, and the map is fully reset right now. Good relief as well from Stasi, and they're not really giving Bra much to work with here.
Yeah, we were at the start, now. Bro will be able to find out that there's a bit of scratch marks over there. Noticeable survivor on top of the hill. In order to get a better start to this chase. It does opt to not take the chase onto Cash though, very interesting. Possibly knowing from the knowledge that that is the Delhi survivor, the city go for the first ball. Do we manage to find someone out here?
You know, going to be initiating this chase onto the main building. They have that window to utilize. Bralord trying to zone them from the pallet in the window at the same time, but Attic getting a really nice stun there, and it is on the good side of the pallet as well, as they're going to be able to utilize that to get around to this outside pallet. I'm not too sure, it might have been smash hit. I'm not too sure if that was smash hit on Addicts, and it was actually utilizing that distance to actually get to that pallet onto the side of main. That was actually crazy. Really good value there, really well played in our Bra. And just such an awkward spot. I mean, not only were they stunned on the wrong side of the pallet, but smash hit value as well. Just giving them ample time, almost missed it, but Attic going to be getting tagged there and continuing the chase into the main building yet again, just trying to abuse the structure as much as possible, trying to have a bit of unique pathing. We'll make it towards the backside of main and die. Complete edge map here, which is what you love to see in comp. The eruption will proc, but the down occurs, but at what cost?
Yeah. So we do get eruption on that shack gen, I believe. We should be seeing Saloon's gen popping very soon. Not quite sure what we're catching. Andrew is going to catch that map for the sake of no eruption proc, unfortunately. Yeah, just should be seeing searching a locker, possibly trying to find out the catch up the survivor, selling for the sake. You see 2 gens pop though, not what you want to hear. Not what you want to see if you are Bralord in the situation.
But you do have a loose regen here to play around towards this top side of the map. You have the main building, you have 11, I think around about 9. So it is the Blight, you do have some areas to kind of play around there, and the more highly progressed generator is this generator next to this hook survivor. So definitely knows those 2 survivors to clear those gens. Guarantees now knows there's almost essentially no generator progress on the board. So you kind of have a bit of time here to try and guarantee this death on the Attic. So don't mind this play. Just guaranteeing going to get down to 3v1, but the most catastrophic event that could occur right now is just allowing this to potentially occur, and it might do so right now, as we're going to be seeing the call from Andrew, but it will be a guaranteed trade right now, as the dam will come through, and the decision is, do we get the pick, do we go for the tunnel, and it will be the tunnel out, as they definitely need to try and get this game down to a 3v1. I think Andrew might also be the Delhi player as well in this scenario, so we'll definitely have that Oh, it was Cash. Never mind. I'm completely wrong. As we're going to be seeing Addict trying to see if they can do this front filler pallet, but will go down eventually. The pickup quickly coming through as well. As we're going to be seeing slugs all over the place. Starzy getting the pickup. We're going to be slugging it again from Bruh. Now, I don't mind this as long as they do ensure that eventually they are able to get this pick onto Addict.
Yeah, absolutely. Possibly just waiting for the standard once again. Addict is.
Oh, true.
You see the pick happening as the Saloon is this side of the map. Question on 7, I think. Getting a free tag. I will choose to drop this and go back to the uncle. Catch Andrew.
Is that DH?
No, that was just borrowed time.
No, D2. Damn. That would have been like very last second as well. Very unfortunate there for Bruh to get that tag. And through the... Oh, gonna be dying on the pallet, so there might be a survivor around here potentially for the pallet, so you'd imagine, because I definitely think they could have dropped... No, just unfortunately not able to get the pallet on the outside. Faked out there, unfortunately. We have 2 death hook survivors, but right now, we didn't mention it before, but we are at our Tycon right now, the 4K1.
Yeah, so we are having this lose 3 gen pool. Good chases. Player options with this gen. Yeah, 11 I think. Yeah, just very nice. Unhook onto Andrew. Not wanting anything but just totally Artorias.
Yeah, trying to see if they can fake out a survivor coming out of stealth, and they do, but Cash get a bit of a flare there, unfortunately over flicking from Brun. I'm not gonna lie, that is a pretty detrimental miss there. That's gonna have a pretty big impact on this game. Can't get a tag here. Unfortunately, bolting on a bit of a collision there. Unfortunately, will miss, and these few misses, I think, actually might be what kind of breaks the deadlock in this game, as you're gonna be seeing the resets coming through onto the 2 death hook survivors. And I feel like unfortunately this might be the ones that are onto the side. Oh, to the side, sorry.
We do see a reset coming through onto Andrew here. Those nearly all survivors fully reset. Very survivors here. Being able to pressure these gens, that'll be exactly 2 survivors.
You just slow it down. You just get these resets out, don't greed the gens, and just do the 2-2 split.
Yeah, so this is a very quick chase. Could possibly shift the momentum back into the side.
Yeah, no, really nice find there. I mean, it was a very important find. If they weren't able to find Star, you get a full reset. Survivors just get a free split out from the map, and I don't know if the survivors realize it as well that you do have that main gen, which they are working, as we see there, which is good to see. I was about to say that generator they're working at 11 is quite the worst when they're working in this situation, so it's good. They've realized that they're kind of spending the right thing now, and Bruh needs to definitely hightail it to main right now, because this generator will be around like 75-80%. We'll be flicking there, ending that dash, and survivors, there's no scratch marks around here, about 75% pop and eruption. No, there will be an eruption proc actually. It wasn't off the cooldown just yet. Bruh being forced to leave here, but they have that Blight tempo. They cannot afford to waste much time. But they do see a crow. We do see behind that tire wall actually. We did spot a survivor, and they do see Cash, but they're too far. The pre-leave, the calls, the shot calls are definitely on point right now. The pre-leaves have been pretty good in this game actually. Just having a full map reset right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Survivors in a very... Let's check. Yes, it is indeed Starzy. Our recently quick survivor. This is another very quick chase with the equivalent Relog needs. We do need to keep in mind that main gen is more than likely being slammed out right now by Addict and Cash.
Yeah, Starzy's been a bit of a pest around that generator at 7 in around that shit most of the game, to be honest. So, been a bit of a thorn in Bruh's side, as we've been seeing a really nice hit there onto Addict. And that generator is still going progress, going to get the eruption proc onto there to maybe get some follow-up progression. And we do have a decent spot here. Alec is even kind of stuck around this garage area, but a really nice block from Cash, just absolutely mogging the killer right there, just staring him down, and there's not really much you can do about that when a Jake's mogging like that at the door.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, because once again, Cash is the delivering survivor. So if this is Hook, which is appearing to be not, simply opting to try and find that and make this into a 2v1, which is exactly what we're looking I believe this is Stars, the injured survivor, which is not as good as it is still one more from that look. But it's still a very good chase for Bravo here, especially if he can manage to push it towards the top side up to well. Quick down come through.
I was going to say, I don't know if they have the time to pick here. I think they got that pick up relatively quick. It might be the last generator popping. No, it's not going to be. They actually stuffed up the skill check. They're not on the generator, and this is actually pretty good. I mean, you do have an Andrew waiting in the wings there to try and potentially get the steal. So the option here is you kind of go around and see if you can find the stealthy Andrew for the unhook potentially, or you go to the reset. But we're going to be deciding to get the generator there, and not really able to find Andrew potentially in and around the same. So we're probably giving away a free double reset here, and it's just such a close game, but it just feels like it's kind of slowly being pulled away from Bro.
Yeah, absolutely. When you see Andrew hopping back on that side and self, you did see him, but unfortunately Andrew does not. Well, if you go back to Hook, if we can camp Starzy out to death without any of these gens popping, it is a very good position for Bravo here, having 2 Deathlock survivors in the 3v1. Very, very nice.
Yeah, we have a lot of books on the board right now. It's been a bit of a problem just trying to get one out of the game. As you said before, the potential game on the Attic, but they kind of had to respect that now essentially. I think honestly might have been what kind of had this game solidified, because if they were able to get that pick, that would have been the 3-1 a lot earlier. So very unfortunate there. It's Starzy gonna be this. Actually, it's not Starzy. I don't know if we just right now. Andrew dodging that first hit and gonna be trying to break away. He just needs to waste time. Just play safe, gets the stun as well. And now, right, you'd be seeing at least 2 survivors, most likely seeing the generator onto main here. We actually will see the reset coming through. He's playing super safe, and as well as told before, he's gonna play safe, play safe. You have ample time there for these things, and Jake gonna be playing really well. They're getting at the door earlier, so desperately wants to tag him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine. Touchdowns off for Andrew, and I assume another survivor doubling that 7 again. The more time we win, the more 50s we win.
Oh, these survivors, look, they're gonna have to hurry up here. They're gonna have to absolutely center this gen, because I think this is a triple. Oh, it was a triple, and they just full sensed on the gen. That's gonna be the win con being met here. All generators completed, and that will be, you know, the moment in time that kind of like just broke the game here for them.
Yeah, very good final chase from Cash here, and that will be the first set. We do manage to catch Andrew out here. I have no comment on that. I'm not quite sure what just happened. But interrupting the gate, very well played by Bravo here.
Maybe just showing their frustration on this. Not too sure, but Andrew gonna be intact. That sloppy butcher coming in play. The value absolutely crazy right there in the end game. Definitely, as we mentioned. He's trying to run around the main, the kill shack. Just gonna waste a bunch of time. It doesn't have any pallets. Pretty sure almost every pallet in this whole corner of the map has been utilized earlier on, so very much lacking the resource here. But gonna be wasting a lot of time. Actually gonna be trying to come in for a potential tag. They want 4 outs here. There is actually 2 doors right next to each other. There's one all the way over here. Yeah, they're running straight to it while it's being worked, and I think it will get open in time as well. We're trying to block them as best as possible. The challenge will be coming back. We have 2 but Act not going to be able to quite block that one. Cash going to be going down. That is actually the fresh hook survivor, and it's a deli player. Yeah, as you said. So if they do get the pick here, wait, there's a beamer in play though. They're going to be trying to play around the heel. Can they get the angle? Starzy, they got the firecracker. No, they're going to be looking up the firecracker, and The flashlight not quite going to have the angle there, but as you said, this is the deli player, so they're going to be able to just get at the trigger. Wait, you can't self-unhook an endgame unless you have deli?
You can only just come out and play here.
Okay, yeah.
That 15-second burrow time is a bit more out. But still very good result here. What is that? 2, 4, 6, 7 stages? Full fresh? Very nice.
Yeah, almost all death hooks. Alrighty, welcome back everybody. Sorry for the intermission. We had a bit of an error there. We had 2 survivors duplicated, which makes, I think, 1 negative hook stage per survivor. So just -1 here, I think, in terms of a punishment here, because there's only 1 instance. So the -1 can definitely have an impact, though, as we're going to be seeing the survivors, I think, kind of spawning on that main side, as we'll be seeing the Bubba at that water tower. So definitely, I think, a stronger start here, the survivors starting around that main. Been unfortunate here on the RNG side, has essentially got flipped around this time for the killer player. Definitely a stronger side starting here, as we'll be seeing the Bubba kind of making their way to main.
That penalty should be coming to play as well. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I mean, and like obviously, I think I'm not really familiar with like casting Bubba sets, but I imagine it'd be pretty catastrophic, especially with this agitation. If you go down early against this kill for whatever reason, it's gonna be very, very hard to kind of pull back a really good result, I feel like, on the survivor side. But just gonna be safe, drop the pallets. Yeah, they'll get chewed through, but you definitely don't want to make an error here, as we will be seeing BJ Cash here breaking away, going for yet another pallet Bravo, trying to see if they can mind game the potential down there, but not quite going to work. They will just instantly rev this chainsaw, and it's going to be very, very close here. I do think they make this down, but it will be under a pallet, so a survivor could be potentially waiting around here, as we do see the generator main popping. Claudette coming in for the potential save here, and they're going to be able to go around, and that's actually a really nice pallet to get out of the way there. So definitely really well played so far from Briarlord, but them being under such a centralized pallet makes it kind of hard to play in here for the killer side. It's just going to be trying to go the insta pick, and it actually works. The survivor's not expecting just an absolute Chad insta-pick there, and it will be the agitation taking them down into basement. It will be the backhook as well for Cash, so definitely not where you want to be against the Bubba.
Yeah, last time we had a Bubba set on Stone Angels, I do believe it was a basement hook that's slightly all the way into hopefully Gospel
Nice.
should be, hopefully for Gospel we should be. Speaking is not very easy. Hopefully we'll be able to get a save sooner rather than later from the Gospel survivors onto Cash. Otherwise, this may just be very early death.
Honestly, I think the option here is you just let them die. You get the, you literally, I reckon you just slam the gens, basically concede the death until you know that this killer has basically kind of, you know, committed to a chase decently away from the hook. Because if you constantly have a survivor just coming in and out, being pressured away, you're just wasting so much time, and I think it's just too risky to kind of bank on that. So I think they're doing the right thing here. They're definitely, yeah, we got that 3 split going on right now. I think this is definitely the good call to potentially try and get a bit of gen progress here, as we'll be seeing Stasi pressuring the generator. You definitely do want to get the Gallows generators out of the way here, because having the 3 gen the Gallows to deal with in the back end of the game, especially when a lot of these pallets and resources are going on this chainsaw, will be hard to deal with, as we do see Cash going second. Subsequently, Stasi will be getting injured, as well as Andrew is going to be completing this additional gen here, down to 3 generators remaining, as we will be seeing the save come through from Attic. And really well played there from Stasi, just holding W through the pallet. 2 swings and 2 misses from Briarlord, and all of a sudden the game might get flipped here on its head, as you will be seeing that save, and we're going to be seeing them kind of run into each other a bit there, but this will be the guaranteed down, and this is the advantage of Bubba in the basement. The slug most likely going to come through here, and I think they're going to be going for this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Very unfortunate sandbag that happened from Cash. Have we opted to drop the tunnel out here in order to apply the gen pressure, which is very well played.
There's no pals here.
We'll be finally seeing a pick happening as gets picked up into the back. Just know that Cash can stealth away and try not to get caught out for the rest of the trip.
And this is the upside to bow if you actually get enough pressure somehow in that early game and you're just chewing through a lot of pallets and the resources kind of dwindle towards the backside of the trail is you basically just get free guaranteed downs essentially. I'd imagine on this map as well, as long as you're not in and around this main building, you'll be jumping out of that locker up in main. I'm not too sure they're in there. I'm not too sure if they have this potential perk like a healing or in a strength or something like that. No, just kind of in the locker because they felt like it, I guess. And going to be going into the main building here, going downstairs, probably going to go back towards the canna pallet, and it does seem that way. No, actually we'll have the potential time here. They think they might be able to make this window. And what's going to be awfully close? They're going to be taking the bonk, and because that is a lot of the charges, it's going to be a hefty cooldown. Actually, not as long as I thought it was. I thought it'd be a bit longer, but definitely is a bit of a time waste there, as we do see 4 injured survivors now.
Yeah, oh, unfortunately, Addict a bit too early. This should be a very quick down into Addicts. Yeah, that main gen, the first one done, is a bit...
Oh!
Very good dodges from Addicts, forcing... Unfortunate pull plug there from the server. Happens to the rest of us. Eruption does pop onto that far gen, being doubled by, I believe, Andrew and Stasi. Hopefully, should be able to... unsure if we'll see it pop before Boa can intervene. Never mind, it just pops. There's that the 2 gens left in the trial. Very successful amount of hooks across the board so far. Cash, Altan still injured somewhere on the map.
Yeah, no, Cash done a good job at kind of stealthing. I think he just saw them kind of pre-leaving towards the main building, which is everything you want to see. Playing super safe, trying to abuse the main building. This is the strongest tile on the map, strongest area to play, as we'll be seeing stars. Maybe taking that a bit too wide. I think that's why they will go down here. Maybe if they weren't that wide on the window, they might have been able to make that vault potentially, but subsequently we'll be getting slugged here on that fresh hook as well, as we're going to be seeing Andrew trying to rotate away almost halfway into the killer, but does see a resource here and we'll be trying to play around it, pre-dropping it just to get that guaranteed distance. Well played, as the fatigue's going to be coming through onto the bubba here, and Andrew just going to be looping around this pre-drop pallet, which is what you like to see. This is definitely the way you can play some of these pallets on this map, so it's good to see some of the survivors actually abusing, you know, some of the pre-drop potential pallets you can play here. Andrew going to be trying to rotate around onto this pallet. Maybe just trying to potentially play around the fact that the survivor, the killer might respect the fact the survivor might be here for the save, and I think that's why Andrew did kind of do that wave, but the insta-spec kind of coming through. That generator's so close. I think we'll get down to this last generator if that does pop, but I don't think they're going to pop those easily in time for that.
Yeah, very tough situation here. Wait, what active?
Well, it's just right here on the gallows. It's so close.
We did see stars rotating around back, so the pressure pressuring the gallows gen, as we do have Andrew back in base. A very good position for Blight here. As you mentioned, unfortunately, sorry, which means this will be a death at 2 gens remaining, which is a very good position for Blight here, especially getting that option onto gallows gen, denying it a bit further. Checking, I believe this is in fact, I think, Addicts gen, so this is very good play. Oh, we do manage to find Addict out. So many A-names. Addict out here, this will result in another down.
And there's no pallets.
Very good pressure being built up here.
Yeah, like all these resources have just been absolutely deleted off the map, and I do like the aggression here, just ensuring these generators potentially don't get popped here. I'd imagine the potential double, or at least that generator up on the gallows, has probably been regressed down to like 60 survivors, probably most likely on it now, but this is some really good pressure. It's been a good push and pull, really good performance, I think, from both sides so far this game. And Lord trying to do the best they can. That generator at 1 popping, it was very close actually, and now they're going to be able to go to this generator here up at the gallows. Doesn't have the pop goes the weasel there for it, so not going to be able to apply a lot of repression on that. And I think the gen split here is just maybe a bit too big for a Bubba to try and contend with here. They have got enough of the closer gens out of the way here that the end game of the split can be definitely doable. So I do predict we will see some answer.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I was going to slug once again. We do see Scratchbars heading towards that gallows shen, I believe. Or it's still behind Shaq. I might just be rushed. No, it is definitely towards gallows. You find both of the other the other 2 Death Hook survivors stealthing out here. No resources this area of the map. We should be seeing two very quick, maybe just one quick down happening here onto Addicts. This should be our first kill of the trial. That one down remaining. Very good pressure being applied here. Starzy getting the pick.
Lords. He's had to like really fight for this end game, like to try and bring this back. I think they're in a really precarious position where they're kind of like behind tempo, but definitely flipped it around.
Yeah, definitely. We managed to catch out two survivors once again. This guy was the survivors.
Oh no!
Holy. Very lucky by Andrew there, just managing to avoid the chainsaw as it runs out. Should be able to do this for a bit longer. Hopefully enough time to get a gen popping by Water Tower. I assume Cash will be pumping it out right now. Would you opt to go back to the Starzy? No, applying pop eruption on the skeleton, pushing it back even further, buying even more time. As we should be able to stop this Water Tower gen from popping. Yes, we do.
That is absolutely agonizing to see as well, because like that might have been what makes this go from okay down to potential outs here on the survivor side. Like that one extra frame of a chainsaw could be the difference here, which is kind of like crazy to think about, honestly. And this locker grab, and there's no eruption. No, there is an eruption proc, but I don't know if it will really do much. I'm guessing the survivors still might be splitting their gens here at this point, or are they going to be sending it for a double? I'm not too sure. Yeah, they're going to be sending it on that double. So yeah, I mean, that one extra frame of the chainsaw, if they had it, would have actually been a difference maker. That's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But the generator will be getting completed, but I mean, it's still a lot of stages right now.
Yeah, absolutely. This should still be outs in theory. We should be able, even if Andrew does die here, that will still be, what's that, 3 stages out the gate, which is, you know, still an achievable result for our Artorias survivors, but still.
Come on, hit him over the railing. I'm pretty sure you can hit him over that railing, right?
You absolutely can, yeah.
But we're going to be getting the pick here. I think I was about to say, I think they do have the time here to guarantee the death, and then because that, you know, save came through onto Starzy, they definitely should guarantee get one more survivor here at the bare minimum. But Starzy is definitely what you'd like to see here, the most amount of stages. But I think they're here, and they will find the Jake here, so the death survivor. They're just going to last long enough. Maybe vault this window, run around the wall a few times, and just jump in the locker. Gonna be safe here. Guarantee the potential exit here for Starzy.
Yeah, absolutely. We're coming it very close here. A little chainsaw thing. Unfortunately, just like some cheeky bags. What? Wait, is that smash hit on Cash? I believe so. No, it's not. It's just my mind playing tricks on me. This is definitely enough time for Starzy to open. We should see these 2 stages out there. Position, communication with the chase here. And the chase it. We just see Cash down. I don't know if Brolord interrupts us in time before Starzy pops.
Oh no! Wait.
Oh no, it's not. It's game. Oh,
I think the unfortunate point here to make is the doors. Unfortunately, they got the save on Starzy, but both the doors. I didn't realize the RNG. They're both on this top side of the map near the main building. So Starzy had to have an awful lot of time to rotate, and unfortunately, assuming that we do see a victory here from the side of Gospel, actually, but this is Artorias' set, so they might take us to the 3rd match, we don't know, and that would be a Ghostface, which would actually be very, very interesting to see. But we will be starting here on the DDS with Cash, as we actually do see a bit of a mix-up here on the build. We actually see the Bamboozle being utilized here, so definitely going to be able to try and use that to make the main building not as dreadful to run as a Bubba. So definitely kind of keen to see how this game kind of plays out. If it's a bit more of a bread and butter game, seeing a lot of the pallets getting utilized, not a down for a while, or are we going to see another hook in the basement potentially?
Whoa. Head on game.
Head on.
Unfortunately, not coming through here for Cash. We do see one of our survivors dropping, heading up towards 2. I believe this is the Jake. Very good first chase for the survivors here, being in the middle of our corrupt. I do believe we had the Jake drop. We get the Bamboozle, increase vault speed, let's catch up that a little bit faster. So we're not quite sure if we'll be able to stay. Unfortunately, my game does not work. It doesn't get the pallet broken though. But the Jake is now zoned, so this is looking like a very fast sound. Never mind, spoke too soon.
Ooh, respect!
Unfortunately, I believe that is speed add-ons coming in clutch there, allowing us to get the down on the Jake. And the early pain res is now very good starting position for Cash.
Yeah, I mean, it essentially resets the map with progress. But actually, I thought that might have been a double and a solo, but no, it's actually a triple solo generator spread at the moment, as we only saw one generator lose progress. So definitely good to see a lot of generator progress, across the board here. 3 separate generators all across the map. I think that's main, gallows, and water tower. Imagine probably the last generator doing work. So a lot of pressure right now. But as you said, though, we do have this 3-gen in and around main. The 3-gen here can be a bit hard to dismantle on the killer side, though, because you do have to always just walk all the way up the stairs. So even though it is somewhat close together, it's definitely still kind of playable for the survivor side. But we're going to be seeing Cash just kind of hanging around here. Looks like they are just going to hard commit to defending this potential 3-gen around this hook, by the seams of it.
Very nasty 3-gen as well, being able to just be... Sorry, 4-gen, I believe, right? There should be one deep 2 or deep 1. We get a little turnaround from Cash here.
Oh yeah, the one in the middle
Yeah.
straight. Didn't even see that.
Dirty 4-gen here.
Yeah,
Can just
true.
be patrolled from that main building with Bamboozle. Cash is in a very dominant position here. However, we will be seeing Brolord Gen popping in the background and Jindy's following closely behind as we do get a second stage onto Nagu here. Yeah, this is...
Yeah, no, the gen's not being completed either, this mid-gen, so for the camp. So yeah, as you pointed out, I didn't even see this one. So yeah, the 4-gen's kind of nasty. The one in main's kind of like always a dead gen, but just having that extra gen in the middle is just going to make it very hard to kind of play around here.
Yeah, so he's going to have to play very aggressive, I think, in order to get this 4K0 attack on, if not else. We get a chainsaw rip on top of it.
Yeah, KO!
Will not take the borrowed time hit, denying that extra distance that the hit would have granted. Jiggle Mangins from this front pallet, absolutely lovely from this pallet inside out. Anyway, such a cool swing, unfortunately auto-aimed into the pallet, allowing our Jacob to get the distance needed to bring Cash away from this problematic 4-gen. So you see Goblin banging out a gen in the background, not quite sure if it is like, okay, not part of the 4-gen unfortunately, however we do see Doomby popping on that mid-gen. Possibly might get killed out here. No, Cash completely ignoring him, opting to continue the chase onto 9. Getting this
Good
early
chase.
kill will be very good. But yeah, very well, very good chase from here. By much
Oh, it's very important too. Because like, if this chase is fast, like if it's fast, I mean, oh my god, and just try to respect the potential head-on. Thing is, are we actually seeing things? Are we hearing things in the lockers? I'm not too sure, but just hard respecting it, just giving so much distance. But no, but there actually is a head-on. Oh my god. The mind games here is actually crazy, bruh. Not able to get that one. Maybe Cash isn't actually that crazy, you know? They know something we don't. The head-on coming through the firecracker. But yeah, no, really good chase here. So, gonna be getting M1, unfortunately, the eruption on that main gen. I was about to say they have... Yeah, this is a really good call. I was gonna say they have to knock out one of the generators here on the ground. Because if they do not, the main gen's definitely workable in a 3v1. There's like a 3 generator kind of break. But that generator on the 3 remains, it's pretty much impossible almost, because it's just too close. So, the triple there actually is like the perfect play. Getting that one out of the way. Now you have this generator at 1. You can't just do a 2-1 split. You have the person at 1 kind of just playing super safe, pre-leaving. Just constantly kind of just touching the gen every now and then just to apply a bit of pressure. And should be a pretty bread and butter ending to this game on the Survivor side. But probably get the winning.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, this is a very nasty 3-gen as well, especially with Bamboozle allowing Cash to basically dominate main. Especially pretty much every critical wall or main back wall being open. Survivors, side, whenever possible. However, I do believe we do have to be resetting Brolord in the background here. But I saw him rotating up through that 1-gen earlier.
I like the slowing it down, getting the reset off, but
yeah,
it's really going to come down to like the survivors. The survivor who's playing 1 is very, very important here. If they get caught out in a bad spot, you kind of got to try and, you know, get the pre-stealth in from the survivor, try and flip the 2-1 split, you know, in between the gens, basically just bouncing it back and forth until you can eventually get like a good start to your generator repairs basically on either side. But Cash doing a good job just kind of patrolling here. I do like they're trying to play passive. They're just trying to spread everyone out here, taking their time. definitely what you like to see. Just trying to make sure they can get everyone kind of attacking the generators at once, because the last thing you want to see, as you see the survivor kind of down there at one, just staring, just mocking at the killer there at the top.
We do get the drop on. We are just starting to commit to Doomy here. This is a quick chase. We get a Scourge. If we get a Pain Res hook in the middle of our regen, so we have very positive looking position for our killer here. And we do see Goblin rotating onto that top gen, and I can only assume Brotherhood. Oh wait, it's a double on main. Wait, this is...
Yep. Yeah, this is the patience.
Very good.
As you said, like the 2-1 split, they took their time, got the reset, split up the map, and just slowly attack the gens. Because the last thing you want to do is over rotate too quick before the other survivors can attack their gen. Because if you get tagged, that means that the survivors, you're not really getting any progress for that tag you lost. But this double, I think they're just gonna commit to this, which is very, very risky. No, I was about to say that you're against the bubba. Hard committing to this is very, very risky. This is definitely the safer play, because like this killer just cannot leave this gen now, essentially.
Yeah. With let's go. Sorry, something I'm a little distracted. Anyway, especially with Doomy being injured here, it's a very good position for Cash as well, because you know where the two healthy survivors are. You see the injured survivor rotating around for that gen. Oh, but we do manage to find the reset, actually. Very problematic. Very big problem for our survivors here. Hopefully we get a good chase here. We can get Brolord back on that main gen, see that main gen pop. Never mind, Brolord is the survivor in chase. Goblin will be the one getting back on that main gen. Okay, 75%. I do believe Eruption's on it though, so this is a quick chase. It should be still winnable for Cash here, but yeah, survivor's playing this very well, very patiently.
Sandbag!
Unfortunate. This should be a Painers as well. Yeah, Painers as well. This will deny that main gen from going that a little bit longer. However, getting a bit greedy for this further Scourge. I don't know if it's worth it.
Oh, the timing on this is going to be very close. I think they will get it in time, just barely though. Just barely. Yeah, that was risky. I don't know about that one, Chief, but Goblin's going to have to pre-leave this. The immediate pull is going to have to occur, which it does. We love to see it. But, I mean, I don't know what's going on there. Like, the Beamer, they don't even have Champion of Light, right? And then they've just taken the window off of him. It's like, I'm pretty sure they just would have been better off leaving and potentially just trying to jump on the Generator main and help out, potentially, because there's not really much you can do there. I was going to make a joke, like, why aren't you taking the hit for the the bubba, even though you got a chainsaw? I mean, you can't really do anything about it, so a bit of a mistake there. But more killer specific, I guess. Like, you can't really do it against a bubba. But we will see Cash kind of roaming out towards the edge map here. Actually, does he a Doomby?
Oh, problems. I think that was a reset occurring. Goblin back on that main gen. This will need to be another very quick chase from Cash here if we are going to secure. So, if we are going to stop this main gen probably that little bit longer. However, we do have a very strong. Yeah, unfortunately, gets the bump. That won't be the main gen popping, however. Which is, yeah, problems. I think Cash just kind of accepted his fate here as an outs. However, it's not over yet. What are these gates looking like? We have 1 at 8. Is that one behind main? Oh, we're just opting to open the gate we've given up, which means this will be a set. It will be Artorias taking the second stage and going for a tiebreaker of Ghostface. Very exciting. Actually, not seen a Ghostface match happen yet.
No, Ghostfaces can be very enjoyable sets. Can be a bit of a push and pull. You typically can see usually a 3 or even potentially a really tight forward, which can be pretty hard to dismantle against Ghostface. So your resets have to be on point, your locations have to be on point, and you really have to I mean, it's a true test of comms, basically, knowing when to pre-lead, having a general eyes on the field all the time. So keen to see how these survivors, well, mainly the survivor sides, how they kind of play it out, but that will be a GG well played, 3 outs. I mean, basically, it's a true test of teamwork, comms, map knowledge, having right rotations, good resets. Well, basically everything kind of gets put to the test here. So Cash gonna be starting it, and this is a very stock standard build.
Yeah, definitely. We see us seeing that Sloppy Butcher from the Blight set coming out now, as expected.
Thank you for knowing it's from the Blight.
Yeah. Wait, what did I say?
No. No, so thank you for knowing that was from the Blight set, because that
Oh,
was a very crucial, part of
Yeah. I
it.
mean, that was such like an S tier carry perk on the Blight set. Hopefully, we'll be seeing the same value coming through. Really weird spectator bug here where we can't see the stalk of. There we go. But we couldn't see the stalk of the in chase survivor, but we do manage to find Nagi out here. 95ing, full 95. 95ing a stalk yet as we managed to find. Oh my god, spectator bug, bro. I think Goblin. Yeah, this is. Yes, we do find Goblin out here.
Oh, is there a bug with like the meter of it?
Yeah, I can't see the meter. Thumbs up. We'll be opting to take chase onto Goblin here. I assume he's roughly half, 75% stalked. So depending on how long the chase goes, yeah, okay, never mind.
So you're 99.
Yeah, 99. Leave him. It looks like we will just be trying to apply our 99 stalk onto as many slides as possible, if not all, in order to make this first hook that much easier to defend. Because obviously, 399 survivors, if any of them try to come in for the save, just popping down. Becomes a very good position for Cassia. However, we'll be getting stunned edge map here by Doobie. Shroud. However, I do believe that was a 99, judging by the intensity of the redness. So we'll be dropping this indeed. Now we have to find where Bloodlord is stealthing out. Corrupt ending very soon, or anything. Bloodlord might be found, and we do manage to find Bloodlord out here. We should, in theory, be coming to the chase. All other three survivors are now. If I was Stalk? No, I'm a liar and a fraud apparently. We are just applying Eruption to these top gens, stealthing out, trying to catch our survivors off guard.
No, I think this is actually a really good start. I like this. Kind of just taking the time, basically just kind of setting up the start of the game here, having Eruption basically on all these topside generators here, going to be looking to defend a nice tight spread there from the killer perspective, so just going to be playing around that one. Basically, I don't really foresee them really going to the bot side much this game. As I say that, they start going over for Dooney and being towards this bot side of the map. So yeah, I'm completely wrong. Don't listen to me. Dooney going to be trying to see if they can get away here. There's, I think we noted before, there's about 3 99 survivors, including Dooney. So 2 more additional ones that they could try to get. Oh my god! There's a jump scare in the showers at Lery's, dude. We're going to be going down there, and Doomby going to be getting pain res here, so we'll force a survivor onto the bot side of the map. This faces a little bit more time as someone, I think we just see Lord maybe coming in here. No, but it might have to be, I'm not too sure. I think actually all 99. There's not really a good choice here for someone to get sent in. It's kind of risky either way.
I don't think Lord was 99, so he is the optimal save here, but I'm not too sure if the survivors we're paying attention to this. How we do see the fastball, and it is in fact Lord. So very nice. We should be seeing a stealth up here. Lord going in for the reset here. Ash trying to intercept, but they're just letting underhook. I think this was going to be a reset with no penalty. Unique pathing. Patch might be able to get a bit of stalk onto these. No wait, finds out in time. Does get the reset, however, and Shroud removed by Brother. So will just be an M1. I'm a liar and a fraud once again. Unfortunately, once again, the survivors decide to go for a shower mid-chase. Wash off all of the gamerness, unfortunately. Is that a word? Gamerness?
I don't know, it is one now, but we're going to be seeing the chase continue, Lord.
Sloppy bunch of
yeah, could have gone down.
I'm sure.
It's really well played there. Interesting. It's been an interesting start, actually. Nerve of Steel, I mean, resetting underhook against a Ghostface is, that's some next level stuff, and it kind of worked out. Maybe it's just some mind games there, just assuming the killer might try and go on a weird flank to try and cut them off or something, but kind of worked out there. Delayed it enough for the first gen to get completed there, so Bravo going to be getting slugged. Going to be trying to find the Doomby potentially for the tunnel layout, and they do actually find Doomby here, so this is actually very important. They're going to be trying to get the stalk off. I mean, it might be good to see another survivor potentially come here, break them out of the stealth, as we actually haven't seen any of that kind of teamwork just yet. It's a very strong thing you kind of try to use against the killer here from the survivor side, if you can kind of coordinate it, especially trying to deny the 99 still calling your tunnel out. But it seems like the survivor's kind of preoccupied with doing their own things at the moment, so it's going to be Doomby kind of left alone here, and will be going down, and they got the reset off, but you have a potential death hook survivor here if they are able to pick them up here on the top side of the map. Kicking the shin, it's so close. Around about 99. I don't think you can get this hook in time unless there is a really close pain res hook. on the top side of the map here. Has given a bit of time for Survivor to maybe come in here. But the Beaver save's going to be coming through onto Doomby. Crazy, and the stun for good measure, but it's just going to be some blood points.
Yeah, absolutely. Catch bit of problems here. Did unfortunately lose the tunnel out Survivor here, but still has a very strong 3, loose 4, but mainly 3 gen top side here. Just trying to protect that. No clock close on this up. That gen from Goblin. Unfortunately, does just miss the down onto 3. Clocks on this map is not something I am familiar with, unfortunately. But we are rotating back around Goblin. Goblin is 99, I do believe. So, if Cash can manage to back him out here, which he manages to do, get that 10% haste. Is that base kit now? I think it might be base kit. Well, coming in for a very nice blade block, like buying that little bit extra time and a little bit extra distance as well to make it to a safe tile. Yes, we do get a very safe tile in this room here. Pre-dropping, is that 5 moves ahead?
Oh, they got stuck on the bed there, so this might be the down.
Crazy. We do have a Survivor something by maybe a Firecracker save. Never mind, we are facing the beds. Firecracker does miss, and this should be a PR. However, that gen roughly 3 was. No, actually, never mind. It is still standing. So Cash does still have his 3 gen up here. It is not. It's a good position, I think.
Yeah, not too bad. It was pretty important for them to try and get that generator 3 out of the way, but the pain was actually hitting it there. But they are definitely going to be throwing Survivor to try and pressure it currently, considering we do see that Cash isn't around the hook. I mean, Goblin should have been able to make the call. They saw him there, so they're going to be getting the resets off calling it. They're probably going towards the library area. The 3 leaves are coming out, as I'm pretty sure this is actually where the reset was occurring. But we have the 99 Jake there, but it will be getting broken out there, unfortunately, so not able to secure the potential insta down there. And we might see a Survivor popping that generator 3 maybe soon. I'm not too sure. Maybe they're not going to risk it potentially getting down here by Cash, as they are going to roam away from the hook here. But yeah, just the immediate save. The call's coming out that they need to pre-leave that generator 3. The calls are getting a bit crisp here. They're locking in right now, as they are going to be trying to make their way down to the bot side of the map. And that crucial Beamer save, this could have been the potential Deathhook chase right now, but it isn't.
Respect, unfortunately. Cash getting rightfully upset at the pallet here, as Doomby is playing this very beautifully. Another respect.
I knew. Oh no.
Very unfortunate for Cash here. However, Doomby finally opting to drop it. This should be a very quick down, with Bloodlust 1. So we'll be seeing it on Doomby here. No eruption proc, so it's a little bit unfortunate, but a very good down and a very good position for Cash.
Yeah, no, got the down there. A bit of a cheeky mind game. They're just kind of greeting forever, which is crazy, but it worked out. We're going to be seeing the hook here. It might have, no, it wasn't a pain res, I don't think, because unfortunately, yeah, they got hooked early, so not going to be able to use that to try and knock down that 3 generator. And all of a sudden now it is very, very playable, these generators for the Survivor side. Getting that 3 gen out of the way opens up the map now, and then they can kind of play around this library gen, and you can split it. Yeah, but this is a big split in generators. You can't really play around this with the Ghostface, so I feel like he's just going to kind of throw some raw aggression and get as many hook stages as he possibly can. Going to be able to break them out of the stealth and the Beamer for good luck as well. The multi-blind coming through onto Cash, and this is kind of starting to fall apart a little bit right now for Cash, unfortunately, but Doomby is on this hook right now. Can try to play around the pressure here. I'm guessing Nagi must know they're 99.
Yeah, it's just with how safe they're playing as well, stealthily. Definitely, in the back of their mind, 99 NET feeling a bit safer compared to the other survivors here. However, we'll be seeing about a 7-5 slot on a Brawler here. Oh, never mind, we fake out Brawler here. Planning to go back to the tunnel out. However, this is a very problematic position for Brawler here, especially with that extra bit of haste. That will be a down onto Brawler. We do manage to find that 99 Jake, however, coming out last second. I'm not quite sure why though, as the Firecracker that Jake previously had has already been thrown. What? Okay, quick little bird's eye view, why not? Shard should be coming off cooldown any second now, which means this should be a very very quick down onto Jake. So we attempt to mind game the God palette. What? I'll just break it.
But I will say though, I think they're trying to break it on that side. They're trying to zone towards the back side of the map, but I mean, that power's just that strong, as we said. But unfortunately, they're going to be able to get the top side. And there's still, I think, a few God powers that haven't been used yet, actually. So I'm curious to see whether Nagi actually kind of piles around that. But no, just will be dropping the chase. Using the fact that they were cutting through the map might mean that they might assume they're trying to get to Nagi. But if they can find the potential down here at the Sloppy Butcher value, yes, they are going to find the reset here. They should be able to hear them. And we'll be able to actually get the interruption there due to the Sloppy Butcher value. But Doomby, is that Death Talent? Brylord going to be able to make that power bomb ever so close in cash. Seems like there's a bit of frustration kind of boiling right now on the killer player. And a DC